Miss Ophelia was coming in. I was just going to try and do that. I'm such a bad mod.
Oh, hold on, because I'm trying to, how do I get on camera? I want y'all to see my bird on my head.
Touch yourself in the box, and then
Oh,
I know it sounds bad, but then there's the little video camera button. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Well, Tootie done jumped off my head. Oh, there he is right there.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry, I hate to bombard your live like this.
How you doing?
But I seen you, and I must have come in at literally the right time, because I heard you say you brought up the fact how people are drawn to her, and because nobody hears from me, right? Nobody hears from me, except for the people in the inside, like you two and Miss Amy. I'm gonna tell you why I was drawn to her. I found her last summer, sitting in the car at the homeless shelter, and oh my Lord, I thought she was beautiful for one, and that is something that I will always think of her, is that I think she's very beautiful. But she was sitting in the car and with Peter, and she was just talking to her chat, being very kind and charismatic and just lovely. I mean, there was no mention of struggling or none of that. It was none of that. It was just like a normal day for her, like talking in the car. And I thought, oh my gosh, I like her. She's so cute. I noticed instantly that she was Southern. I'm having to throw this dog ball. I apologize. And I followed her, but the first time I went into her live, she was very appreciative and was like, "Thank you, Mamatot. You've gotten me through a hard time." And I was like, "You ain't got to thank me. I'm here for everybody, you know." And it was the way that she was very appreciative that I had taken the time to come into her live like that.
And that was love bombing.
Yes, very much, very much. Now, you don't know that when it's happening. You know that when you remove yourself out of a situation and you sit back and you think to yourself, damn, that's really what was happening to me. And I didn't even know. So anyway, I instantly followed her back because at that time I had enough and I wasn't up to the 10K. And I didn't see her again. I didn't see her again for maybe like 2 or 3 months or something. And when I seen her, now let me back it up for a second. I had never heard anything about this. My brother abused me. My mother slept with none of that. Nothing. Okay. But I knew she lived in the homeless shelter because she spoke about it in the vehicle. And, she was talking about doing a high schooler's hair for prom that night. And that's what got me. I thought, oh my gosh, look at her in a homeless shelter and offering to do someone else's hair for their child for prom. Like it was a very beautiful moment to me is what it was. So fast forward a couple months, I lose my baby child in June of 2022. And I seen her like a little bit more. Okay. Then I don't see her at all for quite some time until September. And when I seen her in September, she was in front of the phone, very visibly upset, crying. She's being abused. This is her apartment. And I'm thinking, her apartment? I thought she lived in a homeless shelter. And I thought, oh my God, she's gotten herself an apartment. Wait a minute, what happened? You know, and she started to act like she was having a panic attack. And because at this time I hadn't seen anything I hadn't seen any clues of any inkling of anything, right? So I'm seeing that she's in this abusive situation, and I hear her say, I can't leave my room. I can't go get food. I can't do this. And I'm like, let me in this live. She let me in the live. And she immediately just starts throwing it all out. She's being abused. Sarah's husband is abusing her. Sarah's abusing her. They called her a lazy all these things, okay? And I said, well, honey, I'll send you some groceries. You know, I didn't feel the need to send her any cash, but I knew that I could do an Uber Eats order and I could send her some groceries and it would make me feel better knowing that she could eat, because she said she had a little refrigerator. Do you know what I mean? In her room. And I talked to her, and then she explained how she got the apartment and how it was in her name. And I was like, girl, I'll get you an attorney. Okay, these people did not just use you after you got out of a homeless shelter and you move in, and 7 days later they're trying to do. I was like, girl, I will help you, because that's not. Totally believed it all. Every bit of it. I was suckered in so fast, y'all. I was willing to help her with it. I was, whatever she needed, I was going to help her with that. The next day, after I realized that she had not gotten off live, she had retold this story over and over and over through the day, through the night, onto the next day. And it continued the next day, the next day. I counted 7 days, 7, that story was told to every person that come into her life. It was retold. And I started thinking, I'm like, something is off here. Something is really, really off here. The whole internet has heard this story. Why is it being repeated like this? And then more things were added. So I was already getting some red flags. And I went into the live. And this is the moment where it absolutely changed for me, because it happened on her live. I ended up being in there, and she starts talking about her brother abused her, her mother slept with her ex-husband, they took her kids from her, all of this stuff. And I commented, I said, oh, I didn't know you was a mom, or I didn't know you had children. Forgive me if I'm not repeating how I said it right, okay? But I said, oh, I didn't know you had children. She's like, yes, I did. Remember I told you this. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Not at all. You didn't tell me any of what? She was trying to convince her chat in front of me that she had had this conversation with me. No, she'd never had that conversation with me, because if somebody doesn't have their children, I would like to know why. Please tell me why. I understand that things happen and situations occur, but tell me why. Tell me why, okay? I want to know why. Because it's odd. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's odd. So I said, no, you haven't told me any of this. And when I was lied to my face like that, to make her chat believe that she had told me this and that I had simply forgot about it, which, no, I might be a procrastinator, but I don't forget anything, okay? I can tell you any conversation that was, suitable for for court case, okay? I don't forget that, and I would have never forgotten that. This person is not who they say they are. I have to back away. By the time I was dealing with this in my own little mind during this, like, Lissa's in here. Lissa can, like, vouch for all of this, because I texted her and was like, what have I done? I messaged Crazy Hillbilly. Now, if y'all remember, Crazy Hillbilly was trying to help her at the same time I was, all right? She had both of us, both very large creators, trying to help her at the same time, all right? I messaged him and I said, and I still have this message today. I messaged him and I said, friend, I think we have helped the wrong person. And as polite and kind as that young man is, he replied back and he said, yes, ma'am, I do believe we have. I'm going to back away respectfully and quietly. And I said, yes, sir. And that's all it was. That's all he ever said. The Crazy Hillbilly never dragged her name, never spoke about her, he never did anything. He just backed away. Just backed away. Then I had to. Now, I backed away quietly for a minute, all right? People were tagging me in videos, but I was ignoring them while I was believing her, because my theory is you never look good trying to make somebody else look bad. But they weren't. They weren't trying to make her look bad. They were trying to help me. They were trying to save me. They were trying to wake Mamatot up. They were trying to be like, Mamatot, please, we love you, but this is not the one to believe, okay? That's what they were doing. But I wasn't trusting them because, again, they're strangers, and I don't work like that. If somebody comes to me to tell me about it, I'm not going to listen to you. Let me see for myself, like Keekers just said. I'm the same way. And I did. So there you go. I did. I had made a video just a little while later. Now, again, she's still going live 24/7. People are sending donations, private cash apps, gifts out the woo-ha. And it was dawning on me. She was retelling the story because new people were coming in, hearing it, feeling sorry for her, and sending her that money. Okay? That's what was happening. And it was happening right in front of everybody. And nobody was getting that. Nobody was understanding that at all. But I backed away and I made a video and I said something like, basically, I was duped or something like that. And then she blocked me. But everybody knows you can block somebody. They still gonna watch you some way or another, right? I'm gonna tell you why I was drawn to her. I'm really not gonna go like any further than that. I just want to tell you why I was drawn to her. She is the spitting image of my mother. Hands, physical appearance, mental, spitting, even has the same hairstyle as my mother. Okay? She even has the same name as my mother. As my mother. Is it spelled as Tabitha? Nope, but I'm going to leave it like that. It's biblical, okay? She spoke like her, walked like her. This 1 minute would be very charismatic and beautiful and kind and want to help you and pray for you and come here and let me love you. And then 5 minutes later would throw you away to the wolves and shut the door and not give two hells what happened to you. It's her, okay? It's her. And being that I had to go no contact with my mama many years ago because I couldn't handle it anymore. My mother would not advocate for her own mental health. She wouldn't advocate for herself. She wouldn't do anything but be consistent with the type of person she was right then. Well, the type of person she was hurtful, was always the victim mentality. I've never in my life that could see somebody that can watch a story happen. Like they went fishing today and caught 2 fish. But then when they turn around and tell you, it's going to be like, this man come up and he tumped my boat over and I had caught 50 fish and I lost all my fish. Do you see what I'm talking about? Like the story about the birth certificates. 4 people stole her birth. No. 4 people tried to help her apply for her birth certificate. And because it didn't get finished out or it went to the wrong address or to the hotel and somebody had to mail it, nobody stole her birth certificates. 4 people helped her to get hers. And I am one of the 4 people that she is accusing of that. That should speak volumes, okay? But she was my mother. And when I had to go no contact, still do, I worry for my mother's mental health because my mother is alone in a house with nobody because she has alienated everybody out of her life that has ever loved her or helped her or wanted to rescue her. She has alienated everybody. And when I look at her, I see my mom. And I couldn't help my mom. And I couldn't rescue my mom. And I couldn't, fix her. I couldn't do any of those things because I was so broken by my mother. And I would see Tabitha in front of the camera. Oh, I'm not trying to cry.
You okay?
I would see her in front of the camera, and cry, being alone in those hotel rooms, knowing that, when you say her, you see her alone because of her own demise. All right, let's be clear about that. Not because her family doesn't love her or wants her. It's because of her own demise. And when I would say that, it just kills you. It kills you, and that is why Mamatot tried to help her not once, but twice. Because it wasn't that I didn't think anybody else could or didn't try or anything like that. It was because it was something inside of me. Just me. Nobody else. And people can be, upset or mad that I love her. I love her. I do. I care deeply about her. And that will one day go away, probably. Absolutely. But she is not being truthful to these people. It is not normal to cry 50 times a day. That's not normal. Okay? It is not normal for 1 minute to be happy and dancing and twerking and this and that, and then 3 seconds later, immediately bust out into tears and just lose it. Okay? That's not normal. None of this is normal. None of this. She needs mental help, and their cash is not going to get it. It's not. She's live right now. New clothes, her roots are done. She just got her hair done. Like, please. It's the tugging on people's hearts like mine. Like, Lissa's in here right now. Lissa, I don't know if Cam is in here. They were with me when I was trying so hard to, help her and to, get through to her. And to, even Papa Tot made a video about me doing the diamond art. Because she did influence me to do the diamond art. Wonderful. That's wonderful. But even when he posted that video, both he and I never wanted her to see that in a bad light. That was just, hey, she did influence Mama Tot. If this makes your day, we hope it makes your day. And it did. It absolutely did, right? But that's because I care about her. And it's crazy that I know that she's a stranger. She's a stranger, but it is because she is the spitting image of my mama. Y'all just wouldn't believe. And I made a video recently, maybe like, I don't know, like a month ago, where I said, I've had to realize that I couldn't save my mom, and you can't save and rescue people that don't want to be rescued. She does not want to be rescued. She enjoys this lifestyle. She enjoys the bouncing from home to getting this much of money a day and this much of money tomorrow. Like, she lives off of this chaos. Okay. If you watch her, she will be in complete tears. All right. The gifts are coming in, the gifts are flowing. And then a man wants to battle her. And buddy, she hops up real quick and she puts that Southern charm on and she tells them that she's hanging in like a hair on a biscuit. And it's like nothing like that just happened in front of us. It'll give you whiplash. It's like, wait a minute, what just happened here? I thought you weren't okay. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to keep a roof over my head. Yes, you do. The same way you bought those new clothes today and the same way you got your hair done today. Y'all know where I'm going with that. Look, I get scammed. I'm sorry, my bird's tailing away. I get scammed all the time, and that's all right. That's all right. But I put my little broken little heart all into trying to help her. When she was at that mental place, that Keekers thing, I'm so sorry, Jamie. When she was at the Archioka place, I was sending her room rentals. There was one rental was like, hey, you can have a dog. I don't care if you smoke the devil's grass. Just let me have my private area and you have the other end of the house, $4.95 a month. Don't bother me. I won't bother you. Hello. That's right up her alley. $4.95 a month. That's what she was paying to Archioka, right? I was sending her these places that I was finding for her to get her out of homelessness. She declined every single one of them. Every single one of them. When she left Archioka's, she told me that she was not going to get online and start crying again and doing what they call dry begging and saying, I don't know what I'm going to do this day. What did she do? 1 hour later, she turned around and did exactly that. And I sent her a message and I said, I can't help you, man. I don't know what else to do for you. You've told me no on everything. I found you numerous places to live. You want to be in a hotel. You want to bounce from this place to this place. You want to be able to tell everybody you're raising for a camper, but you're actually not. You're not raising for a camper. She's not raising for anything. She's not raising to get out of homelessness. She's not raising for anything. She is getting money to be able to stay in a room alone, secluded, so nobody has to tell her what to do like the shelter did, like Miss Sarah and her husband asked to clean up around the house and she wouldn't, which is why they called her a lazy bee. No, that's not my behavior, whatever. But she wants to be alone and get paid to do that. These diamond art things are lasting 2 months because the longer it takes her to do it, the more entry she gets from you. So by the time she's done with the diamond art, she's done gotten $3,000. Please listen to me. My honesty on this app is my integrity. I would never versus the help, the anything. She wants to do what she does daily and pull on the heartstrings of people like me, people like Keekers, people like K-Cat. Y'all don't even know half of what Miss Amy did. Y'all might know, but these people watching don't know half of it. They don't know half of it. And the way that she has said these horrible, terrible things about Miss Amy and myself, whatever she can say, whatever, is horrifying. The way that she had turned everything around that Miss Amy had did, but she turned it around into something completely different that did not happen because I was there. Please stop believing this. Her brother did not abuse her. He didn't abandon her. Her mother didn't do those things. Nobody in her family did these things to her. And ask yourself this if you are one of her biggest gifters. She will tell you herself she was adopted at 30. So are you telling me that's 2 families that's had to walk away from her and no one's asking questions? Where's the adopted mother at, y'all? Why did she abandon her? Did she sleep with the ex-husband too? We have to be smart, but we also have to protect ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. I didn't protect myself and I got hurt. I got really, really hurt. But I think I just wanted Joe to know this the most. But I just wanted you to know why my heart went out to her and why other people's hearts are going out. Because it's something in us that we haven't fixed or repaired or were lacking. That poor little Miss Robbie, an elderly lady that's given Tabitha thousands of dollars, only for Tabitha to block her as if she was nobody. That's, if you offer resources in her life, you're blocked. If you ask her questions about where'd you get your shirt from and she knows she bought it today, you're blocked. You're blocked. You're blocked. The fact that I am up to 10,000 people on the people that I can't block no more and she ain't made it to that yet is bizarre, because they are blocking all day long to prevent. Have you ever noticed when somebody says the truth in the chat, she will quickly mute first and then block? You get muted first because you don't have a chance to say any more truth. And then she blocks you, and then she goes to spin her narrative. But you can't fight back because you're blocked, okay? That is a narcissistic way of controlling a narrative, and she is queen of that. Queen of, I've never seen anything like it before. I've never seen anything like it before. And I am talking to you as somebody that still loves and cares for her, because again, she could have the biggest comeback story of TikTok history. I seen a video of her just today from 13 years ago singing. Now, I ain't a fan of her singing, and I'm not, you know, I'm just saying, I'm not a fan of the singing. But good Lord, was she beautiful. Do you know who she looked like? She looked like Anna Nicole Smith in her Guess ad from the 90s. I sent it to Lissa today. I said, tell me she don't look like her on that stage in that black shirt. I think it's on Slot's page. She was beautiful. And you look at her today and you can tell that life has just smacked her all over, smacked her in the face. And I don't know how much longer she can go on like this. I really don't. But when I seen that video today, I said, my God, just, I mean, beautiful, beautiful. And to look at her today, it's because when you continue to do these horrible and evil things and these deceitful things to people, for me, it's spiritual. And I believe it seeps out. It seeps out from the inside out, and it shows. And I firmly believe that's what's going on. So please don't think that you're going to run to her rescue and be the one that, you know, changes her mind and gets her to stop lying to people to garner money and things. That you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. The family has tried everything in the world. Everything. And after hearing a recording the other day, I firmly believe that she is scared to death of not being around her family, because she feels that they're going to have her committed somewhere because of what she said in an audio recording. And I firmly believe that. I believe that she is afraid that they will commit her somewhere. And she does. She does need mental help, the right kind of mental help. And that is not for autism. It's not for autism. It's not. And anybody that has lived with someone with mental health issues can see right through that. They can see right through that.
Do you think that do you think there's anything that anybody could have said to you in the beginning, knowing that you have those wounds? Because I have those same kind of wounds about my mom. So do you think that there is anything that somebody could have said to you to reach you ahead of time, or did you have to touch the fire?
No. I have to see and hear things for myself. I've made videos about it. I've made plenty of videos about it. I had to see and hear things for myself. All right. And like I said, there were people warning me that knew that I put back like a set amount of money back monthly that I used to help people, my followers, somebody I come across or whatnot. And they were so afraid that I was just going to give her every dime I had out of that monthly donation pile that I make. And I still wasn't believing them. They were like, Mamatot, she's a scammer. She's not being truthful. And I just ignored and blocked. I was like, oh my God, these people are bullying her. Why did I think these people were bullying her? Because that is what she was telling people. And when you see people come into the comment section of her chat that are saying not so nice things, it looks like she's being bullied. And that only fuels her narrative to people to say, I'm being bullied, I'm being gang stalked, I'm being this, I'm being that. It works to her benefit. So please, don't bully her. Don't say anything mean to her. Please. Nobody